Hello, my name is Kian and welcome back to another video. So in this video, we're going to introduce another virtual network and we're going to implement VNet peering between the two networks. So let's go ahead and sign into the Azure portal and get started. So the first thing I want to do here is create a resource group because I do want to separate the resource. So let's go over the resource group. I'm going to go ahead and create. We're going to keep this subscription. We're going to call this RG resource -002. We're going to keep it in the same region. Go ahead and create this. Okay, so now that this resource group is created, what we're going to do next now is create the virtual network. So let's head over to virtual networks. So we already have the VNet East US 001 virtual network, as you see from the diagram here. This is the virtual network we deployed. And we're going to go ahead and provision this virtual network. Same name, 002. Let's go ahead and create this. All right, so we're going to select that resource group we just created. And let's call this VNet East 002. Next, we need address space. Keep in mind, when you are doing VNet peering, the address space cannot overlap. So we're going to give this address space of 10.245. You see in our diagram here, 245. This VNet is 244, 245. I'm going to go ahead and create a subnet on this one. So 10.245.1.0/24. Just going to call this management. I believe that subnet from that or VNet is called management. So let's call this management 02. Oh, this is the name. I got it mixed up. Let me make sure you guys can see what's going on here. Okay, so that subnet is added. Security, we can keep this as default. Okay, so the VNet is being created. So if we go to virtual networks, let's go ahead and refresh this. Sometimes it does take a while, but there we go. So we do have the two virtual networks. So what I'm going to do now is pause the video because I want to deploy resources to this virtual network. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll get back to you guys. So I've decided instead of deploying a new resource here, why not go ahead and move this Windows VM to the this newly deployed virtual network. So I just want to modify the diagram here. Okay, so now the diagram is modified. So in order to accomplish this, what I did was back up the VM, and I'm going to restore it to this new virtual network. So let me go over to the portal and demonstrate that. So firstly, we need to create a recovery vault, and where we want to go is I already did the process, so it will be in backup items as you see here. Let me just pull up this pencil. We have Azure Virtual Machine, and then the backup item is 1. So let's go over and click on that. We do have that same VI Windows 10 machine. And we want to click on Restore at the top here. So let me go back briefly. And to back it up, actually, you just click on Backup Now to do a manual backup. You can create policies to create backup policies, but we did it manually for the sake of this video. And we're going to go ahead and restore now. I'm going to select a restore point. I hope you guys can see this just fine. This is where we actually did that manual backup. This is that restore point. You're going to select here. And we want to create a new virtual machine. And we're just going to call this VI Windows 10 002. Let's put this, okay, 15 characters. We're going to put this in resource group 2, virtual network. Let's select that newly created virtual network, and there's one subnet there. We're going to keep that subnet. And we did create a storage account for this. So let's go ahead and restore this. Validation failed. So let's look at the reason why this failed. Not seeing any red marks. Use error code, operation failed because there's lost a number of core. Okay, free account issues. Okay, I'll be back shortly. Hello. So the issue I had with restoring this VM to the VNet that we created was that I reached the max of CPU I can use in this free subscription. So what I had to do is actually remove that virtual machine and recreate it in that new VM we created. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so if we go to virtual machines, we do see we have the newly created VM here. If we take a look at this, it does have a private IP address. If we just take a look here of 10.245.1.5, and I already went ahead and updated the diagram here. So we have this new virtual machine within this VNet, and it has a private IP at 10.245.1.5. So I already went ahead and connected to it. So this is the domain controller. As we see, let's do an IP config here. This is 10.244. And this is the virtual machine we created. The Windows 10 virtual machine. 10.255.1.5. So let's try and ping this server and see if we get communication. And we do not, because these, as you see, they're in two different virtual networks. So what we have to do is actually implement pairing here, and this is what I'm going to do now so we can have communication between the two virtual networks. So let's go to the resource group. And I know that VNet 1 is located here. Oh, we could have also go to virtual networks. Okay, so within this VNet 1, what I want to do is scroll down to pairing. So if we go to pairing, so what we're going to do is go ahead and add. Okay, so we got to give it a name. Let's call it So VNET 001 to VNET 002. So traffic, let's look at the options here. Traffic to allow remote network. So we want to have this set as allowed because this allows us to for communication between the resources in the different virtual networks. As far as traffic forwarded from remote virtual network, let's take a look at a diagram here or the docs, and so we can get a better description of what this means. So we're here. Select allow default if you want traffic forwarded by a network virtual appliance in a virtual network that didn't originate from the virtual machine or virtual network, sorry, to flow to this virtual network through a pairing. And if we look at the other option here, which is virtual network gateway. Use this virtual network gateway or route server if you have a virtual network gateway deployed in this virtual network and want to allow traffic from the paired virtual network to flow through the gateway. So I'm going to leave both of these at default because we may we may utilize it in subsequent videos. So basically what we want to do here is basically just the opposite. So VNet 002 to VNet 001. So 1 to 2, 2 to 1. And this checkbox here, you're going to select this if the second VNet is in a different subscription and not under the same tenant. But for now, it's in the same subscription, so we just want to select that here. Virtual network. So let me make sure I got everything here. Research. Okay, so we're selecting the second VNet. Keep in mind we're doing it from VNet 1. So we got to select the second VNet here. And we can go ahead and add. Okay, I'll get back to you guys when this is provisioned. Okay, so if we take a look here, you will see that the VNet shows connected. The pairing status shows connected. And if we go over, currently we're in the East US 1. So let's head over to the other VNet, and we should see the same. So East US 2, if we head over to pairing here, so it's just the other way around, and it shows connected as well. So let's see if we can go ahead and communicate. If we look at our diagram, just have a visual, see if we can now communicate from the DC here to this Windows 10 computer. So here I am in the DC, as you can see up at the top. And let's do a ping. I'm not sure if we have to restart this virtual machine. We may have to. And we're pinging 10.245.1.5. 10.245.1.5. Okay, and it works instantly. Let's do it from the Windows 10. So we're going up from the Windows 10. See if we can communicate with the domain controller. Okay. Okay, very good. So that is how you provision or provision and configure VNet pairing It's very simple, and Azure sees it as one virtual network. So if we go over to virtual network, these are the two virtual network we have, and we have parent enabled between them. As you see, the communication is successful. So that's all I wanted to show you guys in this video, and look forward to the other videos coming soon. Take care now. Bye.